Hello, Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of ours. You guys are the real MVP. So lovely. I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share where this Mexican or Hispanic man is sharing his experience on how he got deported, humiliated, and asking people to buckle up that these guys are not playing. He goes as far as to share his experience, and as well as another teacher was able to put up here where a Cuban, mother was separated from her 1 year old. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes.
Good morning, everybody.
All right, lovelies, let's dive into it.
My name is Miguel Angel Pastrana Valenzuela, and I am doing a follow-up video of my brothers on TikTok, Victor Paco Pastrana. I was deported March 27, 2025. I was in the United States working for Res Americas. I had just gotten a promotion 2 weeks prior to my deportation. I had a truck, good paying job, and I was on top of the world. That day showed up. I walked in at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was dressed up. They called my name, and then they said, "Put your hands behind your back." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "It's the new administration." They put me in a room with like 13 other guys. We were all there to check in. Some were there just to change their address. Everyone was nicely tucked. They weren't expecting it. The rooms were awful. I mean, concrete slab. The floors were just disgusting with fingernails and hair everywhere. The toilet was all pissed on. And we didn't have any source of water except the fountain. That's it. No food. No phone call, nothing. From 9 o'clock in the morning. I think they transported us out at 1 o'clock p.m. to Aston, Texas. Where we were detained in a detention center the entire night. In a room, concrete, with one tiny bag of one mayo and bologna sandwich and a cup so you can drink water out of the little fountain. That was it. The next morning at 4:30 a.m., they shackled us up, feet, hands, and they transported us to San Angelo. From there, we jumped on another bus, shackled up, transported to Del Rio. The whole time, no food, no water, no restroom. I was bruised on both sides, and I was very dehydrated, malnourished. I was sad, of course. From laying on those concrete slabs, I was just bruised up everywhere. We pulled up, they took the shackles off, and they told us to cross. We crossed, and luckily in my property was my phone, my wallet, and my belongings. Except for my driver's license, my work permit, and my social security card. They took that from me. They was all still valid till July. July 26th was whenever my driver's license expired, and that's whenever my work permit expired. I had a Grand Master Court, 2028, and they denied me of that too. So we got across the border, and if you're an immigrant, it's very dangerous to stick around the border. The cartels will pick you up. If they don't hold you for ransom, they will make you cross back with drugs. That will ruin your chances of even coming back to the U.S. So our best bet is to go to Casa Emigrante. And that's where my journey started, right there. You seen that, my videos. When we first got there, only thing that was missing was a red carpet. Food, medicine, counselor, clean bed, shower. I think the first day we had flautas, and the second day we had pozole, 3 hot meals, 2,000 pesos, and a bus ticket. 50% off a bus ticket. Thank you, Claudia Scheinbaum. Thank you. Mis respetos a la presidenta. I tried to do the best that I could in the United States. I was paying child support, kept my head clean, and respected the laws. Didn't drive without a driver's license, and I busted my butt. I felt like I was flying, and from one day to the other, 1 minute to the other, my wings were clipped. But until this morning and yesterday, I thought I was a nobody. I told everybody all the time, I'm a nobody. I've always been a nobody. But I've come to realize that you guys have made me who I want to be, and I want to thrive. I don't want to just sit back and cry. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to have fun. Sightseeing. I don't know much of the money procedures over here and stuff, so I'm going to try to be careful, and I'm going to, just go about it the right way, in the smartest way. I don't drink. I don't smoke, nothing. I do like to eat though, so I'll take y'all around the city and I'll show y'all the best spots to eat. Thank you, brother. And I want to thank my friends, my real friends. All of you are my real friends. You know who you are. Any questions, just let me know.
A few hours later.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. And if I sound more congested today than I did yesterday, your ears do not deceive you. Yeah, I guess I did a little too much on yesterday. I flew too close to the sun because I'm having some sort of relapse. Anywho, if you've come across this video and are not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you've come across this video out there on social media, please make sure you're following me on all of my social media pages. You can find me on TikTok, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Blue Sky, on Skylight, and on Threads, and of course, you can find me over at the home base on YouTube. It was all fun and games back during the campaign. They were singing and dancing and proudly saying that they were going to be voting for Donald Trump, and that they did. They overwhelmingly went into the voting booth to vote for Donald Trump. Latino men overwhelmingly by 54% voted for Donald Trump. Latino women overwhelmingly voted for Kamala Harris, but still too many of them voted for Donald Trump. And now they are all down there in Florida and in South Florida talking about how Donald Trump betrayed them, how Donald Trump used them. That was the Venezuelan Americans who overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump. And why are they crying? Because Donald Trump, who told them repeatedly during the campaign that there will be mass deportations and they may be bloody, and they still went into the voting booth and voted for him. Now he's coming through on what he said. He lied to them and told them that he was only going after the criminals, and they believe that shit. A lot of them down there in South Florida believe they're better because they had their citizenship handed to them on a silver platter. They think they're better than the other ones who are coming in through the border seeking citizenship. Instead of helping them to get citizenship, they turn their nose up to the people who are coming in through the border. Anywho, I'm a Miami girl. I grew up in Miami. I know how those Cubans are down in Miami. But check this out.
A man in Tampa is desperately trying to get his wife back to the United States after she and dozens of other Cubans were deported.
He says he was in the process of getting a green card, but when she went to an ICE check-in on Tuesday, they detained her.
As he told 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst through a translator, he worries they will not be reunited anytime soon.
The last time I spoke with her was this morning, and then this afternoon I spoke with her, and she is in Cuba at her mother's house.
Carlos Valle came from Cuba more than a decade ago after his family won a lottery.
We were escaping misery and hunger and all the problems that are there. It was a lot worse for Haiti because she was suffering a lot more.
Carlos says Haiti to Haita's road was tougher. Arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border in 2020, she waited in Mexico while her entry application was reviewed.
It seems that Cuba and the United States didn't have a relationship, so they were not taking in prisoners. So then they decide to let her into the United States.
But she came here under a Form I-220 order of supervision, meaning she could be deported at any time.
She has been doing a lot to, do good here. She studied for the CNA exam, and she works caring for elderly people.
Carlos became a U.S. citizen before they met. In 2023, she applied for a green card because she was now married to a citizen. But she got a call Monday saying to come into the Tampa office the next day.
A lot of people even told me not to go to the appointment because they would leave her detained. But because we want to do the things right, the way that we're supposed to, we went.
She was taken into custody. Yesterday, she was sent back to Havana on a plane with other Cubans with the same status.
I agree that they are deporting people that are, criminals. But why are you targeting innocent people? Why are you targeting family people that are just working hard?
But he says he's determined to keep fighting for that green card and for his family. In Tampa, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.
And we were able to speak to ICE late this afternoon. While they couldn't confirm where Haiti currently is, they do have a team reviewing records and are waiting for clearance from the D.C. office before they can release more information.
I know where Haiti is. Haiti is in Cuba. Within 3 days, 72 hours, they rounded that woman up, got her on a plane, and shipped her back to Cuba. You see, I believe what these people don't understand is that you may be here, you may have paperwork and all of that jazz, but if you are not a United States citizen, if you can't prove that you are a legal United States citizen to this administration, you are here illegally. And that screams criminal. That little paper that she thought was going to protect her, no. If you are not a legal United States citizen to this administration, you are here illegally. Therefore, you are the criminal. You know who wouldn't have deported her? Kamala Harris. You can read her entire story in this article over at the Miami Herald. She came in one way, and the way that she came in, she was put back out because she didn't come in correctly. And so all of these immigrants were waiting in this border town in Mexico, down at the southern border. They were waiting to be called, their number to be called for a hearing or whatever. She got tired of waiting, and she got into the United States a different way and was given that form that they spoke of in the news report, right? But because she didn't wait in that area, which was designated for them to wait for their number to be called to go to this hearing, her number got called. She didn't show up to the hearing, and so she ended up in the system some kind of way. See, all the while Joe Biden was in office, she was safe. She was living the American dream because he wasn't looking to go after people who had this particular paperwork that she was able to obtain by going in through another port of entry. Okay? But that's not flying with this administration. No. You are still in the system as not showing up for that hearing, even though you got this little paper. You are still here illegally. And so this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't thoroughly educate yourself and recognize that elections have consequences. Now I feel sorry for the baby because they got a baby and the baby was still breastfeeding when they scooped her up. And so now the baby is not eating because, yeah, she was tragically snatched from the bosom. The baby is now in the hospital. But this is what happens when you vote against your best interest. Kamala Harris would not have deported her. Kamala Harris would have created a pathway so that she can get her citizenship. Yeah, where's my little dance? And on that note, I'm going back.
Hey y'all, what's up? Good night, motherfuckers. I'm getting ready to go to bed, but before I do, I want to talk about Heidi Sanchez, who was deported back to Cuba, but she has a 1-year-old daughter. Now, from what it says, and I'm going to read it to you guys verbatim, it says she showed up to an immigration meeting in Tampa, then got deported. And from what this headline says, she was one of many Cubans that were deported from Florida this week. Now, even though I'm in Florida, I'm going to say this is new to me because I stopped watching the news since the election because there's so much messed up shit that's going on that I just didn't want to see it. But because this popped up on my FYP, I just had to go down the rabbit hole to figure out what the hell was going on. Now, this is Heidi and her family and her 1-year-old daughter, who they say that Heidi is breastfeeding. I'm not sure if the baby is breastfed only, but the fact that the government will deport a mother knowing that she have a 1-year-old child, to me, it's just fucking sickening. I'm just going to keep it real. Now, in this particular situation, I also want to point something out because I want to look at it from both sides. Now, during the election last year, as you can see here from the local news here in Florida, it said Cuban American support for Trump at record levels, according to the polls at that time. Now, the reason I showed that is because in a situation where someone may have voted against their best interests, I'm not sure how I would feel about that, but if she and her family was a family that did not vote for this, then I kind of feel bad for them. But listen, with all that being said, what do y'all think about something like this? Like, do y'all think that this is just getting out of hand? Because I feel like it is, especially when you are separating children from parents. Like, what do y'all think? Leave me a comment. Let's talk about it. And don't forget to hit the follow button. Because me personally, I think it's disgusting.
Like,
I really do.
Toodle. Like, on a serious note, sometimes when I see some F and F like this, I decide to just overlook it because it's just so obvious that these people, with their full chest, with all of their full eyes open, casted the bullet, and by doing that, they are casting against their own best interest. What also baffles me is the fact that these people saw all of the handwritings of the world. They saw all of the handwriting on the wall, but they thought of, oh, okay, they are not going to come for us. We are proximity to maybe thank Allah or what have you. They decided that, okay, let's just risk it. You are risking what you know deep inside of you that this might come back to haunt you, but because you think that you are so important, your entire blackness in you, blinded you from seeing the reality in front of you. Even when Orange Man keep on reminding you how he was going to make this deportation one of a history, but you guys do not want to listen. To people that looks like me, thinking that, oh, they are probably telling us to vote this way because they are so scared that we voting the other way might actually come by hurting them. But without knowing that at the end of the day, you are actually hurting yourself. These people are just doing what they feel that is right in order to give you a hint of, like, in order to give you a level in life, a level to be treated differently. But you refused. Just imagine you as a mother, who have a toddler, and this toddler of yours is being separated from you. Like, that pain, that pain is worse than anything that you can imagine on this planet Earth. A pain of a mother being separated, especially when the baby is still, you know, that is a pain that you will never ever forgive yourself. You will not forgive yourself. You just have to, like, try a possible means to see how things works. This is why I decided to play the first Are We Bird? Bird, like, anytime I see FA and FOs, the music keep on playing on my head. Because that music went viral all over the social platform. Where is the energy right now? Where is that energy from those people that keep on playing this music repeatedly? And after Orange Run, they kept on playing it and trying to, like, mock people, thinking that in the next few months their life will be better. But it was actually the opposite. I feel so sorry for people that this is really affecting. But sometimes you just have to tell the truth. You just have to tell yourself the truth that, oh, I really effed up. I really contributed to whatsoever that is going on. You might not directly or indirectly contribute, but your family, your friends, your relations, and all of that. That was why, during the course of people disassociating themselves with their friends and family, and people like, oh, it has not gotten to that level of because of disassociating yourself or cutting off your relationship because of someone's political view. If a political view can affect my life, my livelihood, and you, who happens to be a family member, a friend, actually contributed in something that will affect my livelihood, what makes you think that I will forgive you as well? That anger is valid. Disassociating yourself with such people is valid. So that's why anytime I see people like, oh my God, she stop talking to me because of my political views, we shouldn't get politics involved with family issues. No, it has everything to do with family, because right now this woman is going to be separated, or have already been separated by her little one. And you think she is happy? She might probably be one of the people that contributed to all of this, but now her own baby is going to pay for it. And it's not as if these people did not see the handwritings of the war. They saw it, but they never knew it was going to go this way. I saw someone was like, oh yeah, I regretted that I voted because I never knew that things was going to go drastically negatively like this. That is just the truth. Anyway, lovies, I feel sorry for anyone that's been affected, and there is nothing anyone can do about it. It's just to keep on advocating, to keep on hoping for the best, to keep on hoping that things will change to something that is more comfortable, that people might eventually accept. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload.
Wanna just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.